Hi guys, how are you doing today? Well, it's nice being with you once again. And today we're going to talk about something that's so shocking. I'm talking about starting with nothing. Starting with nothing. There are most guys who have great ideas. Some guys, when they share their ideas with you, honestly, you discover that if these ideas are put into action, they'll become billionaires overnight. But oftentimes, they don't put these ideas into action because they may not have the resources, the finance, and the well-being, what it takes to put these great ideas into action. I've been able to interview some entrepreneurs who have made it big, and some of them told me how small they started. Some said they had humble beginnings. Some of them said, told me stories that are unimaginable. And when you're telling it to the youths of today, it will look like it's a fairy tale, because all the youths now want to make it very fast. None of them want to go through the cradles, go through the stage by stage. Everyone want to make it, instantaneously. And things doesn't work like that, honestly. Okay, now you discover that sometimes when you want to start up something, when you don't have the finance, it's a problem. You discover that when you want to start up something, when you don't have the finance to start, it becomes a problem. And when you're asked to start very little, you wouldn't want to, start. Like, I'm using myself as an example. I have my movie camera. I remember when I came from the UK with my HDV camera, a young man came to me and pleaded with me. He paid little or nothing, and I released the camera for him. He did his job, and I saw him in the next few months, and I asked him about the job I gave him camera to do. He told me he has done 4 additional jobs after that one, meaning he is progressive. And I saw him with a beautiful car. Now, I am the one who gave him the camera, and I was still home thinking of how I'm going to make millions, bring the best of the popular actors before we can start. But for him, he didn't start thinking that way. He just didn't despise his little beginning. Just like the book of Job 8:7 said, though your beginning is small, your end shall be exceedingly great. So let's not despise our little beginning. It has always been a challenge. You have a good idea, you have a good concept, but you don't know how to start, and you're wondering. Or sometimes because of what people will say, maybe people will laugh at you. No, it doesn't work that way. You don't look at people when you want to start something. We're talking about your future, your idea, your creativity. Now, when you keep procrastinating, it's the thief of time. Procrastination is very dangerous. As you keep procrastinating, shifting it, you discover you're getting old. Sometimes what we should have achieved between 20, 25 years, you see, we keep carrying them over till 35, 40. Is a problem. Most guys have died with their ideas. Most guys with great ideas have died without doing anything because they were busy waiting for the time they're going to have millions to start up something. So I encourage you today to start up, no matter how little, start up something. So I just want to encourage us today, whatever thing you're about to do, don't despise your little beginning. Start up little. Start up little. Don't be afraid to start little, okay? Most of the times, like I did say, we want to do it big, fine, it's okay. But if the finance is not there to start it big, you can start little. There's nothing wrong, starting little. Like I said, I've seen entrepreneurs, I've met entrepreneurs who started little and ended up growing large. So when we start little, it helps us to understand what we're doing the more. Now, when you become the CEO, you have gone through all the departments alone. So it makes you to be totally in control of your establishment. Okay? Now, before you go into this, there are basic things that you need to know. One is understanding the business you're going into. Now, if you don't have a full knowledge of this business, you might have hitches along the way. So what do? Try to make sure you're grounded, properly rooted in the business you want to carry on. You know more about the business, Then when you know more about the business, you can now start gradual. Now, mix up with people who have been into that profession before you. Definitely there are people who have been into that trade, profession, skill before you. So try to mix up with them, acquire more from them, and then come back. Okay? Start up little. Then make sure you have what we call good packaging. Now, if you're something people are selling, let's say £1, you can decide to sell lesser than that. Okay? But make sure you package very well. Let your packaging, distinguish you from the rest. That's one of the secrets. Okay? Now, when you package, and make sure your packaging is quite unique, definitely it's going to help you a lot. It's going to help you. Now, don't be ashamed that you're starting little. You owe nobody no explanation. You're talking about your future. So I don't know what that concept is all about. I don't know what plans you have for future, for your life. Now, remember that where you are today is as a result of the actions you took yesteryears. And where you're going to be tomorrow will be the result of the action you're going to take today. So as you're hearing this right now, I want you to start up that business. I want you to go into that, business you want to do. Is it poetry? Is it musical? Is it entertainment? Whatever. Go into it. No matter how small, start. Do not despise your little beginning. Don't despise your little beginning. Don't die with that idea. Be motivated. Move up today. Start something, no matter how little. No matter how little. Start up something. By the time you start up, believe me, maybe in the next 2 months, 3 months, 4 months, 1 year, you have testimonies. So, when you put that into practice, I'll be glad. Just give me the feedback. So next time, we're going to talk about something more. Keep liking our page and keep sharing. Thanks. Bye for now.